reacting to my own creepy TikToks. By the way, it's 3 AM and making these TikToks scare me enough. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even watch my own TikToks back after I post them. I post them and go on to the next thing. So this is gonna be my first time watching these and like, since I posted them really. Let's do it. So this actually wasn't my first creepy TikTok, but it was my first creepy TikTok that I actually really liked, and I watched this like 5 times after I made it because I was so proud. Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Top 3 worst diseases. Number 3. Smallpox. The most deadly disease in human history with the estimated 300 to 500 million deaths. You might imagine how much more worse could diseases get, but it's truly apparent with. Number 2. Ebola. Starting with vomiting and fever, but failure of blood vessels under the skin follows short after, making your skin look dead. Okay, first of all, people were laughing at the Ebola name because, I don't know why, but Ebola was such a funny, it was funny because it sounded creepy. Unlike coronavirus, that doesn't sound threatening at all. People were laughing in the comments. I was like, this is supposed to be scary. But with an average fatality rate of 83%, Ebola is not something you ever want to have the displeasure of coming in contact. I hate that I said displeasure. Instead of displeasure, I said displeasure. With. Number 1. Rabies. With a fatality rate of 100%, the moment any symptoms show, you can be sure of certain death. Not to mention going out with the symptoms of aggression, hallucinations, seizures, being able to ingest any liquid. Instead of saying ingest, I said unjust any liquid. You guys don't even know, like, when I watched that so many times, I'm just like, and no one pointed it out, which is weird because people always point out when you mess up in your videos, but I'm just like, oh, hearing that over and over, it was killing me. And finally, brain death. The only upside to rabies is a 2 to 3 month incubation period. If you can predict before you have it, you can live. If you show one symptom, say goodbye. It's weird. It's weird making something after a while and then like watching it back. You're like, I thought I was doing something then. I like that video though. It holds up. It holds up. Rabies is still the worst thing. One of the worst things you could ever get. I thought about doing something where I do like talking about like schizophrenia. I already did like locked in syndrome, but people didn't really like pick up on wanting to watch more of those. But yeah, there's your warning. Don't get rabies. Top 3 unexplainable photos. Top 3 most unexplainable photos. Okay, first of all, people were debunking these photos. They were trying to debunk these photos left and right. I don't know for sure because I didn't look up the information myself. And usually it's just kids saying, that's not real on the photos. I'm like, I'm not going to go look up, you know, what makes it so weird. I'm just like, I looked up what the people said it was and that was it. 1. This black and white photo was taken in 1941 at a reopening of South Forks Bridge in Canada. No one has been able to explain this young man wearing sunglasses. His attire is completely unlike anything worn in the 1940s, and it looks as if he's holding a modern camera. Number 2. Alright, people told me, I just heard my mouse click in that. I hate when I hear my mouse click inside the video. I'm just like, I tear myself apart, but people were saying he was a hockey player and it was normal for hockey players to dress like that back then. I don't know. 2. A man named Jim Templeton took this photo of his daughter one afternoon. People were saying this was her dad. There was no one else in the area at the time, but when the photo was developed, Jim noticed what appeared to be a spaceman peeking out from behind his daughter's head. Number 1. The babushka lady. The woman in this picture wearing a brown coat was the babushka lady. But after trying to make it scary, I laughed like 5. I wish I could show you guys like my original audios. I wish I didn't always delete them. I do have them like backed up, but I don't have them on my computer. I wish I could show you guys how many times I laughed trying not to say babushka. It's just funny. By the FBI. She was standing very close to John F. Kennedy the moment he was assassinated, and she filmed the entire thing. The FBI tried tracking her down, but she vanished without a trace. Was she just a random old lady, or does she have untold secrets? That's for you to decide. For some reason, I love ending my videos with the but I got to this weird habit where I kept saying, that's for you to decide, over and over, and I felt like people were, oh look, my video hit 11.7 million views. That's crazy. That might be my most viewed, yes. Okay, let's view my most viewed video. 11.7 million views. Top 3 forgotten TikTokers. Part 3. Hold on, before this starts, I haven't done one of these in a while, and I thought about making like a whole video on why I haven't done it. But this is like, these are parodies to the scary videos that I make. I'm not saying that these people are like no longer online, or these people are deceased, or these people like no one likes. I'm not saying any of that. It's just supposed to be like, where have they gone? Like that kind of thing. Not like they suck, you know? Someone take it personal. Number 1. Paul Zimmer. After stealing money from kids in 2017, hashtag ban Paul Zimmer was trending number 1. He was cancelled. But what only Greg may know is that he's made a comeback. Greg, he secretly and legally changed his name to Troy Becker and is posing as a 16-year-old kid and taking over all of Paul Zimmer's old social media. Oh yeah, he's also a 24-year-old man. Number 2. Lisa and Lena. See, I knew this was gonna be the biggest one just because him and then Lisa and Lena. That's just like putting them in the same videos. I knew this was gonna be. Do you remember these forgotten souls? See how like dramatic I was being? These German-born and adopted identical twins were once the— Also, a lot of people were saying they didn't know that they were adopted too, which is like, they were your idol, you didn't know that? Pinnacle of this app being the most famous duo account with 32.7 million fans. Still alive. In March of 2019, they announced they'd be deleting their account, with the reasoning being, it feels like it's time to move on and break new ground. Number 1. Belle Delphine. Most famous for selling her used bathwater to incels, Belle has been banned for violating the community guidelines too many times. And to that I say, there's still hope. So writing those scripts, like, once you write the script for the video, like, when you hear it back, you know all the words for the video, cause like, when I do that, I look up stuff about the people, and then I have to write it down in a notebook, and then once I write it down, I read through it like a couple times to make sure it sounds good, like, cause writing something out and speaking something sound totally different. And then once that's done, I go to record it. And then after I record it, I have to edit it down, and it takes like an hour or so to make the video. So I hear the audio over and over, so every video I've ever made, I still like, it's all up here. Okay, this was one of my experimental videos, and this actually I think it got a lot of comments like at the time. This is one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but it's one of my favorite TikTok videos just because of like, I made this like myself. I did this.
Hello. If you can hear me, this is therapy session 42. We will go deep state now. Do not be alarmed. August 8th. 2016, you fell asleep and haven't been awake since. You have been in a deep coma for 3.5 years. We are reaching out via electro-brain therapy. If you can understand the words coming out of my mouth, move your left hand. Move your left hand if you can hear me. I know your life feels real in there, but you have to understand, that is not reality.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. This can go anywhere on the internet, and it could be like, people can see it, and like, it could be the message for them, and that's what I was trying to get at. But people were saying like, people who aren't in the right mental state will see this and believe it's true. And I was just like, I don't know. People were telling me to delete the video over and over. 3,000 comments. It's kind of a lot for 132K likes. So it's, I wonder, can I see the comments? Contact us, coma, session 42, we need to reach you. Look at these hashtags I put. People were freaking out about this video. There was like a mini uproar. I was getting a lot of messages of people very upset about that. I'm not even gonna finish that video. Forgotten TikTokers was doing so good. Like, I think about doing it sometimes, but then I'm just like, I don't know if I want that backlash. Another video I got a lot of backlash on was this, top 3 most hated states. And this was like my idea of not being controversial, like making TikToker videos. Top 3 most hated states. Number 1, Wyoming. Stupid, dumb, ugly piece of trash, not even existing, stupid, dumb, ugly, stupid mother. Number 2, California. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
They're all just jealous. All of them. They're all just jealous of me because I'm the best, I'm the richest.
Number 3, Alabama. Top 3 in obesity, racism, pollution, stupidness, and most of all, incest. Top 3. Wow, you never know how much like people love their state until you start talking smack about it online. People were not happy with that. I think, didn't I hashtag it? States. Yeah, I put a hashtag of state, so those people probably saw it and they were in that state and thinking like, you stupid, ugly, dumb mother, stupid, ugly, not even existing. No, I'm just kidding. Top 3 creepiest TikTok events. I'm not sure if I can actually even watch this just because the sound in here might be like non-monetizable. Like this one was one of my best. Like I'm gonna click on it. If this section gets taken out of the video, it's because the video wasn't able to be monetized because there was some other sound in here.
Top 10 creepiest things on TikTok. Number 1. This.
Mind you, I was live at the time, so this is pointing at my face in the live. And also, this was at like 4 a.m. and I was doing this really creepy live thing. But
live stream. Number 2.
M'lady.
You feel overwhelmed by sadness.
Do not share needles or pens. Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis.
Will you help me find her? You're not afraid of the dark, are you? Ring around the rosy, pocket full of cozy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Let's play hide and seek.
I don't know. I wasn't in the right mental state when I made that or something. People were like, this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. That video was so weird. It felt like it was longer than a minute. That was one of my first videos where I was like, I had fun making it in like the creative process. But it was one of the first videos where I was like scared to make just because I was making it and it was nighttime. And like I was tired, you know, you get all loopy and I was looking up screams to put in the video and I'm like, screaming, 3 a.m. Top 3 mysterious disappearances. I'm gonna do more top 3 mysterious disappearances. People keep asking about the weird meals before execution, and the only thing about that is there was only so many weird meals before execution. The thing is, there's not many more. Some of them, like on my most recent top 3 weird meals before execution, people were saying these aren't weird, they're just big. I'm like, there's only so many meals, guys. Other people are asking for like a box of pizza and some Kool-Aid. That's it. Let's just click on it and watch it.
Top 3 meals before execution. Number 3. Velma Barfield.
Oh, actually, this I don't know if I commented that, but this right here is actually a drawing of the first electric chair used.
Top 3 meals before execution. Number 3. Velma Barfield. Known as the Death Row Granny, she was the first woman to be executed by lethal injection in 1984 since the reinstatement. She asked for a bag of cheese doodles and 1 can of Coke. Number 2. James Edward Smith.
Weird.
He was executed in Texas in June 1990 and oddly asked for his last meal to be a lump of dirt. Sadly, the request was denied and he was given some yogurt instead.
Alright, see, that's weird. That's weird. That's when they still had weird ones.
Russell Browsers. With one of the biggest last meal requests, he asked for 2 chicken fried steaks, a triple patty bacon cheeseburger, a ground beef omelet, fried okra with ketchup, a pound of barbecue meat and 1 loaf of bread, 3 fajitas, a pizza, 1 pint of ice cream, 3 root beers, and a slab of peanut butter fudge. Once he received his meal, he didn't eat 1 bite and stated he wasn't hungry.
So like a lot of them took a turn for the last one where it was just a lot of food instead. That last guy, I'm pretty sure, and that one made the state of Texas change to where they only get like a certain amount of money to do it because he did all that, said he wasn't hungry. This declassified government documents ones too. I thought about doing more, but people were like getting upset. There's like a lot of people that were saying like just a lot of stuff, a lot of controversial stuff underneath that video. Another one that was controversial was these top 3 hated countries. Oh my goodness. Let's just watch it and see why it was controversial.
Top 3 most hated countries. Number 3, Canada. I'm gonna be frankly honest with you here. I just don't like you, Canada. Number 2,
people hated that. The next video, I'll show you why.
India. We've begged and pleaded a million times, but they still haven't gotten their Wi-Fi cut off. They're known for videos like this. And this. This has to be stopped. Also, they have way too many people. That's just uncomfortable. Number 1. United States. Where
I don't think I can even show that part because of the song in the background. But yeah, people from all those countries were upset, especially Canadians. And then I had to make this one exposing Canada. They were saying like, why do you hate Canada so much and this and that? So I was like, let me pull up some dirt on Canada. First of all, the way I say the title in this video, it haunts me at night. I tell you this, Canada's dark secret.
Canada's dark secret.
Why did I say it like that? When I watch my own videos back, I'm like, what was I thinking while I was recording? Like when I'm recording it, I'm like, that sounds great. I post it. That sounds great. As soon as it's posted and I watch it again, I'm like, this whole thing is terrible. And now this whole thing has this like, this is what like kind of kicked off the whole, people have been stealing your content. You guys don't have to tag me in that. If you think people are doing the same content as me, that's okay. People are free to do whatever they want, even if they copy me down to the T. that's okay. I don't think anybody stole. I feel like if anything, they were inspired because no one really edits the videos like me. Like I spend hours editing the videos. A lot of people just kind of like, they just use like a headphone microphone and just like talk over a picture that's like behind them. But I try to make it like, you know, give visuals and stuff like that as I talk. Until anyone does anything like that, I wouldn't even call that like copying. But people have been doing photos before disaster, after, like, I did a few where they got kind of big and then people were saying like, oh my god, you guys are copying Jearrod and getting way more views. That's fine, guys. The creepiest video to me, is this one right here. Pilot's last words. I'm not even gonna watch it because when I watch that video, and like, look, it only has 500,000 views. I said, well, only 500,000 views, but compared to the videos that's around it, that's like, alright, this video is bad quality, I'm not even gonna lie. But this one right here, just Pilot's last words, hearing them and like hearing their screams and hearing them die. Photos before disasters, like pictures of people before they died, which is like, that's disturbing. Hearing someone's voice as they die is on an entirely different level of disturbing. For some reason, I just can't handle that. This is my favorite era in my content right here, is because I like creepy stuff. I do creepy, interesting, and history is what I advertise on my, like, let me see my bio. See, I do creepy, interesting, and history. I love history, and I love like science and stuff like that, so doing these ones, like the first ever recorded voice and first picture ever taken, and then like the history of Friday the 13th and stuff like that, I like doing those. But this one right here is like, I wrote a script for this video right here, Game of Love, and then I wrote it out like what my own thoughts were. I didn't use any kind of sources or anything like that, so this is all me right here.
If you're hearing this, I'm likely a very small side character in your game of life. Once you swipe away, our human connection might be broken forever. Or maybe you follow and keep track of me for the next few years, and maybe you leave a funny comment once, leading me to follow you back. In that case, becoming a slightly bigger role in your life game. Until ultimately, the app shuts down, or you have a family tragedy, we just drift apart as humans do. Then, finally breaking our once small human connection. But while we're in the here and now, while we're both weirdly thinking how we can blink on command, or that our tongue sits funny in our mouth, never just perfectly right. That we're both just brains floating in some goo, connected by a language long developed before our parents' were even thought of. That this brain hopes your brain is having a pretty good day.
Love that video. Bon appetit. Masterpiece. Bon appetit. Let's end it off there because look, I just scrolled to my top. This creepy videos, this video I did right here, I feel like this video and this video are just so high quality. I feel like when I did this, I'm like, I did that. But yeah, let's end it off on that video where it was all me from my mind. I love that video. I've watched it more than any of my other videos probably. Now, was it the hardest work I've done? No, but I feel like that one was the most me out of all my videos. Anyways, if you guys want me to react to my own videos again, let me know down below. Like, subscribe, do all that, my socials. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I can also react to my old cringy. Let me know what you guys want though down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I see you next time, and goodbye.